guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's video, which is going to be a favorites and disappointments for the month of May. So my monthly favorites, we're obviously going to start off with my favorites, especially because I feel like I don't have that many makeup products. Just because I know I tell you guys this every month, I keep using the same things over and over month after month, and I know I tell you guys I need, like, if I don't hide the products for myself, I won't move on to using other products, and I know it's an issue and I'm trying to work on it. So for this first favorite, I'm going to mention it just because I have been mentioning it for the past few months. My Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer. It is my absolute favorite. Let me just show you guys. I am almost out of it. Like, I have been literally only using this primer. As you can tell, it's just so good to my skin. I like it a lot because I feel like I've seen an improvement in my skin. Not only do I feel like this is a good primer, but it has a lot of skin benefits. Tatcha is a skincare brand, so I feel for a brand that's like, you know, that knows their way around skincare to create a product like this, like, you know, they added their skincare benefits, which I personally love. You know, I feel like you can, nowadays, I feel like you really need to take care of your skin and you really need to follow your skincare regimen. Moving on to makeup, I tried for the first time ever the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. Now, I never looked into trying this foundation because I always thought that it was better suited for people with dry skin, and you guys know I have oily skin, combination skin, so I didn't feel like it was going to work good for my skin, so I never really like paid attention to it. Now, this is my aunt's foundation. She let me borrow it because she says this is too light for her skin now, and it was probably going to be a better match for me. She got the shade, she has the shade Warm Beige, which is the shade I tried, and guys, I love this foundation. I don't know why I was such a dumbass and never actually paid attention to looking into it. And it literally says it's a medium to full coverage foundation and it's oil free. So yeah, that was my bad. I would have to say that it's a bit dark for my skin tone. Just a bit. I would like to get this lighter shade and, you know, start enjoying the heck out of this foundation because I actually really like how it looks on my skin, how it wears. It just looks so flawless. It's not, you know, super matte. It's definitely a medium to full coverage. It's very buildable, so I like that a lot, and I like it so much. I'm so salty that it took me this long to actually discover that this is an actual good foundation for me and my skin type. But now that I tried it, I'm so happy, and I will definitely be getting my shade so that I can enjoy it some more. Now, concealer and powder, very quickly, Jeffree Star. These have been my favorites lately. The concealer is amazing. I told you guys I do have to layer this concealer, but honestly it's not that big of a deal to layer it for me because it doesn't feel like heavier or it doesn't become cakey underneath the eyes, which I personally like. And then I have the shade C7, so that's the shade I wear. And then the powder, like, this is my one of my holy grail powders now. It's up there with my top favorites. I love the formula of this powder and the scent of it. I still can't get what scent it is. I can't remember like what candy scent it reminds me of, but it's a very nice scent. I just don't think it smells like cotton candy. I know a lot of people say that's the scent. It just doesn't smell like cotton candy to me. Moving on to some face products, I have been using the heck out of my Alamar Cosmetics Colorette Blush Trio that we got in our BoxyCharm. I love this blush palette, especially this blush for now in spring. Even though here in California it's like it rains one day, it's hot the next day, it's cold again, and then it's kind of like cloudy. It's the most bipolar weather ever. But anyways, this is a blush I have been using non-stop. I feel like this is like the perfect spring blush for me, and it's the blush I'm wearing today. I feel like this color is going to be perfect. This middle shade is going to be perfect for summer, and the formulation in these is so nice. It's not like super pigment when you put your brush in, which I personally like, because sometimes, you know, I'm a little heavy handed with my brushes and I don't realize it until like I go boom, and it's like craziness. So sometimes I have to be careful, you know, with some blushes, but this one I feel like it's not like super intense pigmented, and it has like a very nice satin sheen to it. It's not super matte, but it's also not super like shimmery, and I personally love these. This is in the medium tan palette, and the color that I have been using a lot is called Seclusion. Now I went back to using one of my old favorites, highlighter, and this is from Real Her. I am actually wearing it today. Look at how popping this highlighter is. It's like the perfect gold highlighter for my skin tone. It's not too yellow and it's not too white. It's just like the perfect shade. This is called The Spotlight Is on Me, and I know mine's super disgusting because I literally, look at how much I've used it. I use this now nonstop. I used it all this month because I was like, you know what, I'm using the same highlighters over and over again. I need to change it up. I changed it back up to an old favorite, and I'm obsessed with this highlighter. I will link them down below. I have some lip products that I have been loving. You guys, I feel like I mention these every month. So Pixie liquid lipstick in the color Evening Rose, and Fenty Beauty Stunna lip paint in Uncuffed. These are basically like dupes for each other. They're kind of like the same color. It's that same mauve-y shade that I love. For me, this is my nude, like my everyday nude. There's nudes that I wear that I'm like, okay, I'm gonna wear a nude lip today, and then when I say I'm gonna wear my everyday lip shade, this is my color. And since I literally mention these every month, and I just did again, I decided to pull out another one in the same color family, different brand, so I can mention a different brand and I can use a different brand, but it's literally in the same color family, and it's from Real Her as well. These were sent to me a while back, but I've talked about them countless amount of times, and I've told you guys that this is now one of my favorite liquid lipstick formulas. And just let me show you. It is literally the same mauve pinky shade that I love so much. And this is in the shade I Deserve the Best. So yeah, this one I stuck to using that one so I wouldn't use the other two as much, but again, it's the same color. And the color that's on my lips is also from Real Her, and it's a liquid lipstick. I am loving this red. I'm loving this whole look. But I was like, you know what? I need to not do a nude glossy lip, and I need to not do my everyday lip color today. I need to change it up, so I decided to do red lips, and this is the color I Am Tough, and it's absolutely stunning. I love this one. I will leave the link to Real Her where you can find the highlighter and the liquid lipsticks down below. Now moving on to this liquid eyeshadow that we also got in our BoxyCharm. I love this. I use this a few times during the month. It's from Ciate. It's a eye luster cream shadow, and I have mine in the color Cupid. What I love about this, besides the formula, is the color. It, as you can see, when you shift it, it looks super purple, super like lilac-y, and then if you turn it the other way and the light hits it, it looks more gold. I paired this a lot with my Profusion Sienna's palette, which is another palette that I use so much in the month of May. This palette is such an easy palette to do all kinds of looks, in my opinion. It's the palette I used today, and as you can see, this is super simple eye look that I did, and I only used 3 shadows from this palette. I used this one as the main shade, and then I used the cream shade. Obviously I always use a cream shade, and I use this shade right next to it. But this palette I can do anything with. I've done I think I did like a kind of like a brown smoky eye using just this palette. I used this palette a lot this month, which is why it stood out, and I used it today again. I can do something a little bit with a pop of color with this yellow or this berry shade over here. I can do super simple makeup like this. I can do warm looks. Their formulation is just so good in the eyeshadows that they blend beautifully, and it's super affordable. This palette is only $10. So if you're looking for a good everyday palette, I definitely recommend this one. They have a bunch right now. They have a few new ones that I want to try out, like their colorful ones. I want to see how the formula in their colorful shades is, but that one so far so good, as well as this liquid shadow. I would put it on my lid, I would blend it out, and then I would take where's that shade? I would take Oasis in my crease. It's this one up here, and I would be done and good to go. Now, in my huge makeup haul, I showed you guys that Pixi sent some new skincare products, their new skincare collection, and I decided to try it all out and do like all the steps how it's said on the pamphlet, because I have been honestly trying to pay more attention to my skincare, because I would sometimes just take my makeup off with the makeup wipe, and I always thought that that was enough, and honestly it wasn't. So the products that I have been using are these four: the Pixi Glow Tonic Cleansing Gel. After that I use the Glow Tonic Toner, and then I apply the Glow Tonic Serum. And lastly, once all that dries up, I use the Phenomenal Gel, and this is a neutralizing moisturizer. This is very refreshing on the skin. I've told you guys before, I really love moisturizers that are refreshing, not that feel like thick or too heavy on the skin. I like things that make my face feel super fresh, and these products definitely do that, especially this moisturizer. I have been using this product with my skincare because I was also sent to me. It's from the brand Duvolle, and it's a Radiance Spin Care System. It looks like this, and it's basically a little brush. You turn it on and you wash your face. So I honestly, like I said, I would only take my makeup off, and sometimes I don't really care about like cleansing my skin because I thought with the makeup wipe it was enough. The first time I used this, I was in shock, because I took my makeup off and I was like, you know what, let me give this a try. Let me use my cleanser and wash my face. So I started going, and I saw this turn the color of my foundation, and I wanted to yell because I had taken my makeup off, according to me. This took out all the dirt and all the leftover makeup that stays in your skin even after you use a makeup wipe. Like I feel like I knew this, but I never really thought about it, and I never really paid attention to it. I just thought like, oh, you know, I did my thing, I took my makeup off with my makeup wipe. And I was so impressed by all the makeup that came out of my skin after I finished with this. So I really enjoy this, and I use it now. It's not super harsh. This brush is actually very soft, so it just feels like it's brushing your face gently. It doesn't feel like it's too abrasive, which I don't like. I wouldn't want anything that's too abrasive on my skin, because my skin tends to get super red quickly if, you know, I'm rubbing a lot on it. If I'm rubbing it a lot. Let me rephrase that. So yeah, I really like this. This is from the brand Duvolle, and they have, this one has more little, what are these called? Interchangeable accessories. This one is for the body. You can use it on the face too, but I feel like it's just too big. They have another one down here. It's kind of smaller, and then they have this pumice stone. I told you guys I wanted to try this out before I recommended it to you guys. You know, if you're looking for something like this, I really like this one, and it works out great for me. It's also waterproof, water resistant, and I will leave all their information down below. Now that I tried it and I like it, I can recommend it to you guys, and they were nice enough to offer a coupon code so that you guys can save some money, which I can appreciate. If you guys want to save money, you guys can use that code. If not, it's totally fine. I'm still not making anything from that code. That one is just for you guys to save money on this set or whatever other products they have on their site, which I've seen they have a lot of cool stuff. They have smaller sets. This one is I think their like largest set that has more little heads, and I really like it. So I will link that down below, leave you all the information, the code and all that if you guys want to save and try this out. But what I was going to with the skincare is that I have noticed such a huge difference from using this Pixie little set, especially on my wrinkles. So if I go like this, you guys can see I have this very pronounced wrinkle right here. It used to be worse, like when I was like this, you can see it and it was very noticeable. Now if I don't like do this, you can't really see it, and I like that so much because that was like a very deep, I'm not sure if it was a scar, I don't really remember, but I think it was just like a very big deep wrinkle, and I started hating it after I would notice it in my pictures. I would see it a lot and it was very pronounced, and I was like, you know what, I need to start like looking into my skincare because this face and this right here is annoying the crap out of me. And also I had some like right in the center of my forehead, so when I do this you could kind of see those, but they're like very, very minimal now. And the only thing I did differently was start using this skincare and actually taking care of my skincare. I feel like this has a lot to do with that. It's a lightweight serum that gently exfoliates and hydrates and nourishes the skin. It also softens, refines, and restores radiance. I feel like it has softened up my skin in that area that my freaking ugly ass wrinkle isn't as pronounced, which I'm so happy. Like now I do my foundation and I'm like,
where's the wrinkle? Where is that wrinkle? Like, I am trying to get rid of you and I will get rid of you.
Let me know if you guys would like to see a more in-depth skincare video. This is not the only products I use now. I'm like all about my skincare now, so there's a few other products that I like a lot as well. Now for this month we only had one disappointment, which I'm honestly super happy. For me, the less disappointments the better. That means that, you know, if I bought new things and I tried them out during the month, it wasn't a waste of money if I didn't like it. This product, it came in my BoxyCharm and I did not like it. Now it's from the brand Steve Laurent. Now I told you guys I didn't really like the color, but that wasn't the only reason I didn't like it. I actually decided to give it a try and I didn't like it. I didn't like the formula of it. It's a gloss that has color, which, you know, I've been getting into glosses lately, but this is a gloss that it's not shiny after I apply it and blend it. And as you can see, it is shiny, it is glossy, but let me show you guys one of my favorites, which is from Real Her. And this one, even after I blend it, it's super glossy. You can see the difference. Look at the difference. Super shiny, glossy. And this one, I have to apply more layers of it so that it can be super glossy, and then it becomes super thick and just messy and sticky. Like when I'm talking, you can see that it's like sticking from on my lips, and I just do not like that look. It's a pretty color again. It's almost similar to that color from Real Her that I like a lot, but it's just a little too opaque for my liking and not as glossy as I would like it. But yeah, I feel like I've blabbered enough. I will leave links to things that I mentioned, videos, links that I mentioned in the description down below. Obviously, don't forget to check that out. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate all your support, and like always, I will see you all in my next video. Bye.